contains disturbing themes and content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Professor Clodhopper, Papillon, Darcy Wilson, Ron and Marty.
Oh, Marty, we certainly are. I wouldn't miss anything for that for anything in the world.
It may seem like a slam dunk for prosecutors. Transcripts of an alleged online chat.
Federal agents revealed disturbing details about a local puppeteer and the twisted fantasies they say he had.
As he was ordered held without bond, his attorney tonight vowing to get him out.
He's not involved with this. He wouldn't do something like this. He's got no criminal record.
But federal agents say the evidence uncovered in the 57-year-old's home suggests otherwise.
Monsters will eventually appear in plain sight. At least, that's what I tell myself whenever I see a case like this one come up. Sometimes it's a little hard to remember that everyone's intentions may not be what you see with your own eyes. Your neighbor, your friends, sometimes even your family. It's hard to navigate a minefield of distrust and ulterior motives in the lives of the unfortunate. Today I bring you a case that proves exactly that. Monsters do eventually appear in plain sight. In the 1980s, a show named Junction began airing on the Christian television network. The show itself doesn't seem to have been very popular, as looking for any information nowadays is pretty much borderline impossible. Thanks to archives, however, we can actually get an idea of how the show itself played out. Junction was a show about Christian lessons, with game show-esque challenges sprinkled in amongst the gospel. Kids would win prizes when participating, and when they weren't playing games, they were usually interacting with the show's characters or awkwardly asking questions in front of a camera. Looking back on it today, it's kind of boring, but to be fair, I'm also not the target audience for this kind of thing. One set of characters, however, usually catches your eye if you see any of this footage. Ron and Marty were a ventriloquist puppet duo who would usually talk about things in between the game portions of the show. These characters would not be spotlighted because of the show, however, as the show has mostly lost to time. However, that doesn't mean they were forgotten. Being a puppeteer, Ron, known by his full name Ronald Brown, would be offered numerous jobs in children's entertainment because of his craft. As he would work, however, his mask would slowly start to slip. Brown would start to show just how a child's puppeteer could be outed as one of the sickest and most disturbing individuals to ever be tasked with working with children. Many years after the show was dropped from tapings, Ronald Brown would seemingly be noticed more and more by police. He was stopped for a traffic violation on July 23, 1998. During the interaction, the deputy had noticed that Brown had a pair of boys' underwear crammed between the seats of his car. Ronald explained to the deputy that he used the underwear in his puppet shows, and the deputy let him off with a warning. Another incident occurred almost a decade later on June 9, 2010. Concerned witnesses reported Brown driving his church van filled with young boys, even though he had the permission of the parents. The police ignored the concern as really there was nothing they could do. Over the years, however, more and more complaints about Brown came in. There were calls about how he had locked children's skateboards and bikes in his home and even discarded sex toys under the home as well. These reports were constantly flooding in, all while Brown would still host pizza parties for the kids at his home and drive them to church every Wednesday in his van. However, it wouldn't be long until the complaints would be revealed to be the least of Ronald Brown's worries. On May 23, 2012, a man by the name of Michael Arnett, an associate of Brown's, was arrested and charged with the production of. After raiding his home, police uncovered chat logs sent via the Yahoo chat messenger that indicated this was a massive ring. Arnett would manufacture the images and videos and then send them out to his associates via the messenger, including Ronald Brown. Under the username UE Ronald Brown would describe his disturbing and dark fantasies involving the boys he watched over from his church. These messages went through everything from kidnapping, assaulting the children, murdering, and even cannibalizing them. Right now, I'm going to show you a sample of some of the transcripts. This will not be edited to be creepy or sensationalized like I tend to do with my videos. I just want you to read these lines. No music, no edits. And feel the same disgust and hatred for these monsters that I do. Trust me when I say it gets much, much worse. A subpoena was issued to Yahoo, who gave the account information, IP address, and activity logs to investigators. Using this information, they managed to link Brown's Yahoo email to two different accounts. A Florida school district website as a puppetry speaker for grades kindergarten through 8th grade, and on a forum that is still up today called cutedeadguys.net. His profile bio reads that he loves them dead and young, as well as having an interest in necrophilia ever since he was a child. With all this evidence mounting, Boston and Tampa Homeland Security worked in conjunction with the ICE. They worked to arrest Brown on July 19, 2012 in a sting operation. Searching the house, police found thumb drives, DVDs, VHS tapes, and microdiscs filled to the brim with. This even included folders and files in plain view of the user, showing children who were bound, and some that even appeared dead on Ronald Brown's computer. One CD that was found was included with a missing child's poster in Brown's sock drawer. After being taken in for questioning, Brown admitted to fetishizing the harm of children and specifically joined groups involving strangling. While saying that this was purely fantasy, the chat log showed Brown was clearly lying, having planned the kidnapping and dismemberment of a child with Arnett over the years. Ronald Brown was tried and convicted for possession of and conspiracy to kidnap with a sentence of 20 years in prison, with the condition of lifetime supervision. During his sentencing trial, Brown's attorney argued that online chats were irrelevant to the charge of CP, since it was only roleplay. The judge, in response to this, said the actions of Ronald Brown were horrifying and unimaginable. He will have to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life after getting out of prison. I'm not going to ask you if you found the video enjoyable due to the subject matter, but if you did find the video interesting, please go ahead and hit the like button and maybe even subscribe to get the next upload. Remember that you're loved, and I look forward to broadcasting to your screens once again. Sleep tight.